In order to use our electronic manuals, we recommend you use Adobe Reader. At the moment, I'm working in Adobe Acrobat Reader, which at this time is the latest version, version 11. You can use an older version, but be aware the interface is slightly different. If you look, this is the title bar. The title bar around, that enables you to move the screen. Below the title bar, we have the menu bar. So this is where common commands are for the menu bar. Notice that you are not able to print, that is dim. There is security on this file, so you can't print it. Below the menu bar, we have the toolbar, and these are some of the tools we'll be using. On the left side is called the navigation pane, and the two main areas we work in are the pages, and we click and that opens up the pages pane, or choose the bookmarks and that opens the bookmark pane. When we're not doing bookmarks or working with pages, we close the X. On the opposite side of the screen, we have what we call the task pane. This looks slightly different than the previous version of Reader. It starts with the Export PDF Open. We don't want to be using that, so we're going to click on the little chevron that points up. And these are the options that you have. The one that we primarily work with will be Comment. If you notice, the task pane has a little triangle here. This little triangle can be used to compress this task pane, so it gives us more space to work in. At any time, if we want to bring it back, we go to this point and we click on it, and that brings back the task pane. One of the options that we probably want to change here is to include more items on our toolbars. So if you look up here, we have Roman numeral 1, and then we have an arrow pointing down, and that shows next page. That's fine. That's one way of navigating, is to click and move through the pages. But if we want to move in a different way and we want more options, we can add to this toolbar. So what we're going to do is right-click, and it's going to bring up a menu. And on this menu, what we want to alter is add to our page navigation tools. So it says Show Page Navigation Tools. When you look, you'll see there are 3 check marks. Those are already available. But in this case, we're going to show all page navigation tools. So we're also going to add to the toolbar called Select and Zoom Tools. So if you notice, we don't have any Select and Zoom tools. So we're going to add actual size. We're going to right-click the toolbar again, and we're going to show zoom to page level, and we have one more. It's called Fit Width. So we right click, we choose Show Select and Zoom Tools, we move over and we choose Fit Width. Okay, so to use those first, we're going to click on Show Pages Actual Size. That's the actual size of the page. The next is Zoom to Page Level, so that shows us the full page. And then the next is Fit Width. Fit Width is usually the best width for visuality. We're going to move over now back to the navigation pane on the left side, and we're going to choose Pages. And we're going to scroll down our table of contents. Note that our page numbers are under our pages. So we're going to scroll down here. And we're going to get to Roman numeral 5. One way was to scroll the pages. The other way would have been to use the page navigation toolbar, and I could have selected that and typed in V. While we're here, let's say, for example, we want to find out about, this manual happens to be about PowerPoint, so say we want to change our units of measurement. So we click that in our table of contents. Our manuals are hyperlinked to take us to that part of the document. So we read what we have to do and we make our choices, and then we want to get back to our table of contents. Well, note that we are in Arabic page 4. This is not the page that follows Roman numerals 5. So we could click back and back, but we're instead an easy way to get back to the previous location, not previous page, is to click previous view, and now we're back at our table of contents. Another way of navigating the document is to close the thumbnails and click on the bookmarks. So let's say, for example, instead of working with the table of contents, we just want to go to chapter 1 and we would like to read the overview. At this point, we might decide we want to be more customized, specific topic in chapter 1. So click on the plus, and then if you look, you will see, for example, there's units of measure. But let's say this time we're interested in working quick access toolbar. Now notice it has a plus beside it, so we're going to click on the plus, and then it says how to add and remove commands. So we're going to click on that, and now again we are on this portion of the manual. So we don't have to work with the manual in a linear fashion. We can jump to the elements we're interested in. If we are finished with chapter 1, we can now click on the little minus sign, and then that closes up the chapter. And then we can go into bookmarks, and then perhaps we can start scrolling down the page to view the content. Now notice I'm using the scroll bar on the far right, but there are options to scrolling. The tools aren't available, so I'm going to bring them up. So right-click the toolbar again, and then do Show Page Display Tools. So one of those is two-page scrolling. So I can set it up to display two, and then I will be able to do two-page scrolling. So instead I can do two-page scrolling at a time. But say I don't want to go to the vertical scroll bar. I want to use another tool. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to point to Show, Select, and Zoom Tools. Oh, I've already brought those up. So I'm going to choose this time Show Single Page View. So I'm going to click on Single Page View. This now shows up, and now I'm able to go to Single Page View. If I want to work through that, I can change the view to page level. I can go back to actual size. I don't use actual size very much in the manual, but it is a possibility. So this is now giving you some choices in order to navigate the book. If we want to get back to our very first page, we go to our navigation toolbar and click Show First Page, and now we're back at the beginning.